So for the last 2 years or so, I've been playing Warhammer 40k. I started because I wanted to play Kill Team, and there just wasn't enough people locally that were playing Kill Team. That's definitely changed with the new edition, and I think Kill Team is in a great spot. But I've kind of still wanted to have the bigger battle experience, and 40k kind of filled that niche. It just something just never. It's fine. It's great. There's a lot to like there in 40k. I still like playing the big, fun, fluffy games with, I bring my Chaos Knights and someone else has Knights, or like a Tau list that's just like all battle suits, and that's great and fun. I think what I don't really enjoy is when it gets more competitive and people bring their like highly tuned lists. That's just not what I don't want to sit there and have rules explained to me the whole game, and I don't play often enough to keep up with it. And the rules are just constantly changing. The velocity of rule changes, I don't like it. And I also feel, maybe I'll get hate for this, but I feel like it's a game that can never be properly balanced. And Games Workshop has zero financial incentive to properly balance it. It is a pay-to-win board game in the worst of ways. If you have time and money to buy whatever the newest model is, your army's probably pretty good. You follow whatever the tournament list is, all that stuff. So I've been looking for something that kind of replaces the big battle scheme, because Kill Team is great. Kill Team is perfect. In my opinion, I think that's one of the best board games, but I still sometimes like having my big fun stupid robot things. And if the local meta is gonna go more competitive, then I'm just gonna look for something else to fill that void. And so I've kind of been flirting for the last year or so with trying out BattleTech, and I finally got my first demo game of Alpha Strike and immediately drank the Kool-Aid and bought the Alpha Strike box, and it came today. So let's open it up. I know very little about BattleTech other than, I've been kind of flirting with it and I've been learning a bit about it. There's still a lot that confuses me, but a couple things that I like about BattleTech and why I'm getting into BattleTech is because it's model agnostic, which is great. The models are way cheaper. They come built. The models aren't as good as 40k models. I will say that. I do like the 40k models, but just the scale of the 40k models is bigger, so it's probably easier to make more details. The rules just don't change that much, and I really like the rule set. One thing that I've never liked about 40k is the whole gimmick is that, like, oh, this is supposed to simulate, I've heard different numbers. It's like, this is 5 minutes, or this is like 30 seconds of one giant battle. A game is supposed to make 30 seconds of like real-time play. It's like, okay, that makes sense. But the thing I never liked was, that makes sense, but what I don't like is if you're shooting me, my guys just stand there and take it and then die. Whereas in BattleTech, it's, you shoot all your weapons. Even if my mech blows up, I still get to shoot back because it is actually happening at the same time. That makes sense. Now, if it's, you're shooting me and then I shoot back, that makes sense, but you know what I mean? It's just, there's just too many inconsistencies that I don't like on top of all that stuff. So anyway, let's open this box. Let's see what comes in it. It was only $50 on Amazon as of the time of this recording. I think it was like $53, something like that. Locally at the game store, it was much more expensive for some reason. So let's get this open and let's see what we got. So there is some kind of primer on the lore, which, to be honest, like the lore in the games is the thing I'm like least interested in. I kind of just want to play with my war dollies. You get a set of dice, but they're like, what do they call that? Square corner. I don't love square corner dice. I don't know why. It's just something about it. They do feel square corner dice. I don't know. They feel less friendly. Does that make sense? That's probably the dumbest thing anyone's ever said in the entire world. These dice aren't friendly. I don't want to play with them. Anyway, okay, so I think these are pilot cards. I don't, as it was explained to me, the people don't really use these in my local scene. I'm gonna have to do some more research to see what these do. These are the data cards. I love these. They're so small. It's one of the things I do like about BattleTech is it's like, this is it. You know, it's simple. So there's that. I think these are battlefield support rules. I'm gonna have to look into what these are. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, which is fun. You know, it's like there's so much for me to learn about, and so I'm like kind of excited about that. And then look at this. It just comes with all these mechs, and they're already built. It has a smell. The box has a smell, and it's not a bad smell. We should put that up first. It's not the, maybe it's the mechs, but it gives me like new car smell vibes, new models, new war dollies. Yeah, these are pretty cool. This one is my favorite one that I got to play with the other day in my my demo game. It's a fire moth. This little guy. This little guy. You do that thing. That's what the influencers do, right? Still, my camera still wants to focus on my face. There you go. And it just runs super fast. So I already think I'm gonna paint it with some of the Turbo Dork paint to give it kind of like a sparkly, you know, because it's like a hologram. It's just moving super fast, and you can't hit it. BattleTech primer. So this is oh, it comes with a bunch of stuff on the clans. I already kind of know. I think I'm gonna go with clan Ghost Bear, just because bears are fun, and I like their logos. Also, I learned that apparently the clan Ghost Bear won their planet in a football game, because the planet they were trying to invade was like, these guys don't know what football is. But not only did they know what football is, they had a bunch of like 8-foot tall super soldiers that were like, let's play football, and just utterly just bodied them. It's like Space Jam, but if Michael Jordan didn't come play. So we got a quick start rule set, pretty thin, which I like that. The rules, you know, are not that hard to understand. I think we probably, in the demo game, we probably ignored a bunch of stuff, but like, I think I learned a lot of this stuff like pretty quickly. It's pretty intuitive. If you've played any other war game, a lot of the stuff is very similar. And not only that, it's got a lot of things I really like, such as like a distance modifier. So like your hitting to, you know, your whatever you want to call that, your hit rolls are based in part, a small part, in how far away your target is, which I'm like, I love that, because 40K has nothing like that. You get these buildings, which looks like they're cardboard, and you gotta kind of fold them to put them together, but they fold flat, and apparently there's a bunch of them, because like, look, we got a bunch of these things. This little guy, this little building, so that's fun. This is a lot of stuff for like 53 bucks. Oh, we got a reference card sheet, very handy. That was something we used a lot in the demo game. To like look at stuff and things, and keep dropping stuff. Oh, and there's trees too. Oh, these are like punch out trees. So that's fun. And we got some objective markers and a bunch of tokens. So that is what is in the Alpha Strike Quick Start box for $53. This is bonkers, man. Like, this is, you think about, like, it's got terrain, it's got enough mechs for 2 teams worth of mechs, it's got dice. I mean, you would probably want more dice than those, but the tokens, all the rules, and some like lore fluff, whatever these cards are for. Aside from, I know what these cards are for, but I don't know what these cards do yet. We're gonna learn. Yeah, $53, man. When you think about stuff like that, like, yeah, the models like aren't as detailed, and they're not as cool, and it's not as good as, I do like the scale of like Kill Team, and of course in 40K I do like playing with like Chaos Knights. Like, that's fun. If you could somehow get me BattleTech rules with Chaos Knight models, I'd be very chuffed. I think that's the right word for it. Anyway, So that's what's in the box. This is great for $53, man. That's amazing. It could be everything you need because the game is model agnostic, so you could always just proxy the models as something else to mess with them. You can get the data cards for the different mechs online. There's so many different like homebrew's the wrong word, but there's rules in the official rules to like homebrew your own mechs too. Like they have thought this out, and you could see they're not just changing additions. It's just kind of iterative design over the years, kind of adding things. And the fan community has, oh man, I've been finding all these like homebrew missions, homebrew tournament stuff. It's great. I'm excited. I'm interested to start diving into BattleTech. Might have to change the channel name to BattleTech Sandwich. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I have drank the Kool-Aid on BattleTech. I'm still going to play 40K. I'm definitely going to play the shit out of Kill Team. I played Kill Team today. I played 2 games today. Like, I'm going to keep playing Kill Team probably until they ruin it, if they ever do. And even then, I'll just go back to old editions because that's what's fun. And there's solo play rules now. So anyway, hope you're doing well. If you're curious if you should buy the BattleTech Alpha Strike starter box, 100% yes. This is fantastic. This is one of the best deals I've seen in wargaming, aside from, you know, the if you have a 3D printer and you could 3D print some of those other games. Or there's one game I think that is maybe a better deal. It's called Tonks. It's you build your own little tanks, and it's very simple game. It looks like a lot of fun, but I can't find anybody willing to play with me. So I'll just have to make my wife do it. Like, babe, we're building Tonks this weekend, and we're gonna play this silly game because it looks like a blast. I do like that DIY trash building stuff. You know, I haven't really explored enough of it, but now that I feel like all my 40K armies are mature, I've got like 15 kill teams, and the BattleTech stuff just comes built. Like, I think now I'm gonna kind of move into my phase 2 of wargaming and start DIYing a bunch of stuff, which, much to the chagrin of my wife, will be a lot of me hoarding trash, which I already have like a whole big tote that's just full of like, oh, that would be good for terrain. And she's just like, babe. I was like, it's one tote. As long as if it fits in the tote, I could keep it. And she's so supportive. She's just like, yeah, that's great. Okay, whatever. Because she's got her silly hobby. She's got trinkets. She has so many. I'm looking at her desk right now. She has like 100 little Kirby gacha things or whatever they're called. Anyway, cool. That's it for the video. I'm just rambling at this point. I don't know what this channel is still. I think I started it because I was like, oh, it would be fun to have like a video journal of my wargaming. And then I also think like it'd be fun to make battle reports. And I feel like there's a gap in content of the type of content I want to see in wargaming. I don't think I would ever watch an unboxing video, though. I will say that. But I made one because I bought this box and I was like, whoa, might as well. But yeah, stay tuned or don't, whatever. I'm just doing this because I like making videos and I like rambling at the fucking camera. Oh, you're not supposed to say fuck. Oops. Anyway, see you next time.